Hey folks, it's about sunset, and I just spotted Scruffy sleeping in the box again. So that's interesting to me because he hasn't been here all day. Um, so this morning I did catch a glimpse of him sunbathing on the deck. As usual, he was sunbathing in a position where I couldn't get direct line of sight. I could only see him through a reflection in some of the glass on the windows. Then I'd say around lunchtime he disappeared, and I couldn't see him anywhere. I thought maybe he'd go back into the box, but yeah, he wasn't in the box. And then basically all afternoon, yeah, it was kind of the same thing. I actually was out in the yard very briefly, just kind of poked my head out just to see if I could see him in a position on the deck that isn't visible from in the house, and I couldn't find him. And he wasn't in the box either. And the box was empty till maybe about, so I think I last checked maybe a half hour ago. So he just entered the box. And I think we have a little over an hour till dinner. Usually he wakes up around now and he's doing something, I think. Or at least he's not usually visible. Um, I think he leaves the premises sometimes, or he's you know maybe looking around for food or something. Uh, uh, Fire truck got his attention, but so I think it's something different now. So for some reason he's coming here, at least just for today anyway. He's coming here right before dinner. It'll be interesting to see if he moves to the door at dinner time or if he stays there. So anyway, I wanted to film this just for the record and try to make some sense of what his new strategy might be. Um, I think cats are supposed to be waking up around this time and becoming more active, so they're supposed to be active around sunrise and sunset. So they, I guess, try to capitalize on animals waking up or going to sleep in the transition, and that's when they like to hunt. But yeah, Scruffy here is taking a nap. So anyway, I'll be back in roughly an hour to check on him to presumably feed him, but I think I'm going to be playing it a little bit by ear based on his changing behavior here. So I'll see you later. Bye. Hey folks, it's dinner time, and Scruffy is no longer in the box, but he is at the door. So I'm going to get his food together, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. So we have same as last night. So it's the 9 Lives meaty pate with real chicken, and then mixed in with meow mix and Kirkland chicken and rice dry kibble. I also have a side cup of meow mix, which I'm going to put into the carrier. I haven't checked to see if his. So I left food last night in the carrier to try to entice him to go in. I don't know if he actually found the food or not. I'm assuming he did, so my plan is to refill it probably after he leaves. And then I have a new water bowl, which I'll probably swap in after he leaves as well. So I guess I'll open the door now. Hey Scruffy, dinner time. Want some food? So I got meow mix and your regular pate. It doesn't smell as strong as I thought it would. So I don't know if you want to check it out or you just want me to come out. guess you want me to come out. So it's kind of cold, so I don't want to leave this door open, so I think I'm kind of going to come out. Okay, Scruffy, I'm going to come out. Try not to hiss at me. So I'm picking up the food dish, putting it on the chair so I can open the door. Opening the door, picking up the food dish. I'm going to put it on the chair on the outside. And yeah, I think that was a yawn, not a hiss. Yeah, I'm going to grab the water bowl. And I'm going to put this on the table. And that was a hiss. Don't really appreciate that. Closing the door behind me. Picking up the food on the chair and put it on the table so I can sit down. Sitting down. Grabbing the glove. Trying to get it on with one hand. Same routine as usual. Oh gee, glove's still wet. It was 2 days ago when I rinsed it off, and it's still wet on the inside. It's not hot enough to dry. So the weather was, I think, the 50s today. So it's actually a fairly nice day. The sun came out. I think the only thing was wind. The wind picked up a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. So he was able to sunbathe at least this morning. I think he could have sunbathed all afternoon, but I didn't see him sunbathe. I don't know where he went, Scruffy. So you only stayed in your bed for, what, an hour? On the table? And you came here? So I'm going to take the kibble, cut off the plate so I can save it for later. Alright, I left the treats out here. Forgot about that. So there's a bag of treats. So I'm kind of hoping you're going to meow. 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 So you used to meow for the food. It wasn't that long ago. He didn't do that for that long. It's a possible task to get him to meow the first time. And then he stopped for, I think, a month or two. And then he started meowing. And I think it was tied with the brushing when he was starting to get into it. And then he started meowing more. And then, yeah, he's kind of gone silent. So he's been regressing quite a bit. You okay? So I'm going to stick out my finger, see what he does. So I'm going to slowly stick out my finger. So that's my little finger. Hey, Scruffy. Want to interact? Want to socialize? Well, he came. Doesn't want to touch me. Can I touch you? Oh, nice. It's letting me stroke him. Okay, that was unexpected. Is that a meow? That was a hiss. Try that again. So I don't really understand you, Scruffy. You act afraid of me. You hiss at me, and then you let me rub you, pet you, and then you hiss at me, and then you back off. Okay, so he let me rub his back and then he hissed at me. And he almost scratched me there. Wow, I don't understand you at all, Scruffy. You're sending so many mixed signals. Now it looks like he wants me to... So it looked like he was about to strike after he was presenting his tail. So I don't understand you at all, Scruffy. But don't worry, I'm going to feed you. It's even good. So he turned, and I thought he was going to strike. Seems like when he presents his butt... Hey! Okay. Let's see if we can make up. Yeah? His ear's bent back now, so I don't think he... The ear went back up. So if his ears fold, I might stop petting him. I read that that's a sign that he may be overstimulated and may strike. And I've looked back at the footage. I think the very last time I caught that, I don't think he struck, but he looked like he was about to. The other times, though, it didn't look like his ears were back or anything. However, some of the times he struck, he was not in frame, so I couldn't see. So he has this little strange fur growth on the base of his ear, on his right ear. I'm not sure if that's normal, if it's just his coloring, or if there's some sort of a problem there, because it doesn't look smooth. So at some point I gotta feed him, but I'm not sure at what point I should stop, because I get these opportunities so infrequently. I'm not sure if I should try to maximize them or if I should stop short, hoping that maybe future days he'll want to do this more frequently. I don't know how to read him. So his ears all bent back, so probably should lay off. Okay, want your food? Let's give you your food, okay? But I'm going to pick up the brush, okay? Like the brush? So I'll give you a few bites before I start brushing you. So his fur is actually pretty good. Few knots here, but I think that's normal with his fur. So this side is really good. No knots. So I think he's been grooming this section here. Not as bad as like the previous week, so before the flea pill. So I don't know if he still has irritation there or a flea there, but it's not as bad as before, so I'm thinking the flea's gone. But maybe it's still irritated or something. So I think I'm ready to flip over the brush. Okay. So I think it's supposed to rain tonight. And then I think it'll be partly cloudy tomorrow. And then I think it clears up again for a day or two. And then we're supposed to get more rain. So it's actually a lot of rain. We're usually in a drought. We don't get enough rain. But that means Scruffy may be in hiding to avoid the bad weather.
So I don't know how the weather is going to change his behavior. So I got my bicycle tire fixed. So yeah, it looks like all my fixes held. So I put the tire back together and put it back on the bike today and took it out for one last ride before the rain's coming in. So my route, yeah, it wasn't flooded out or anything, but it was, some areas because of the previous rains are still kind of puddly and soaked. Not too bad though. I stay out of the mud most of the time. I saw some deer. There was one deer that was climbing a very steep mountainside. It was like watching a goat climb a mountain. It's impressive. We were able to scale that terrain. There was a baby deer and a mama deer foraging for food. This is probably the worst time of the year for that. I don't think there's much food. I'm surprised there's a baby deer this time of year too. It's darkest point of winter. I thought all the babies would be older. Okay, so I think he gets irritated when we brush his head, so I think I'll avoid that. But his fur is looking really good. So I was watching some old videos of him. So I've been putting some compilations together. I need to delete a bunch of old footage, so I thought I'd put a compilation of him barfing and him hissing at me and him getting used to the carrier. And I noticed in the early videos, especially, his fur is really bad. And yeah, I think somebody commented to me that it looks like the regular feedings have probably helped his coat quite a bit. Because yeah, his coat started improving before I started brushing him. And then I notice his coat's a lot thicker now, but I'm thinking that's probably more to do with, I'm guessing he grows a winter coat, I'm guessing. So we started in the summer. Yeah, he's like a different color now. So when I brush him, he's like this very light brown. I would probably not characterize it as orange, but I was looking it up, and I don't think they're actually technically brown cats. I think they're like orange, cinnamon, or gold. And so I guess he's supposed to be an orange cat, at least partly. But yeah, when his fur is really bad, it's really dark. I think it's those like spots, because when it goes the other way, I think it's dark. When it's all brushed in one direction, it gets really light. So I think he's almost done. So I still don't know if he's trying to send a message to me by sleeping on the table. It seems like an odd place. I don't know, maybe he just likes the blanket. Or maybe he likes being up high. I was thinking I might put some boards under the carrier to elevate it a little higher, and maybe he would like. So I think he's done, but this was an interesting session, so I did not expect it to start the way it did, so that was good. So I might have to try that again in the future and see if that works. Usually when I stick my finger out before, he doesn't do anything, and then if he does come, if I try like touching him or whatever, he backs off or avoids my finger or hisses. So this was definitely new. And it wasn't necessarily because I haven't tried it before. Because I think I have tried something like that before. So, forward progress, I think. We've needed that because, yeah, we've basically been going backwards for a few weeks now. Or more. Because, yeah, he still didn't meow. Didn't really purr either. He hissed when we first started, but yeah, that went away. And then he scratched at me once, or almost scratched at me. So I think yeah, there's 2 close calls I think tonight, and yeah, I don't think he made contact. But I think that's an improvement. So it's definitely better than previous nights where he'd just eat and then run away. Didn't seem to enjoy anything. Didn't seem like he wanted to be here. So it's hard to see his water, but yeah, I think the water level is lower than what I filled it at, so I think he has been drinking. So after he leaves, I'm going to change his water and do the and changes or refill the kibble in the carrier, assuming he ate it. It's actually kind of cold right now. My hands are actually starting to freeze. I'm going numb. So yeah, I think yesterday was unusual. So I don't think the overall temperature, like the highs and lows, are any different. But I think it was warmer. It cooled down, or it was warmer last night, so it took longer to cool down, basically. Today, yeah, I think it's cooled down a lot faster, even though the peak temperature I think was about the same. Yeah, I didn't try to pet him or anything. Just went to let him see if he's going to lick the bowl or not. So, alright, okay, so I thought he was gonna leave, but he's gonna groom himself one more time, I guess. So, yeah, I did get a chance to see the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, but yeah, because of the rain, yeah, it's been hard to see it, all the clouds that we've been getting recently, so I think, yeah, I forgot to do it this night. But yeah, I think there are too many clouds anyway. So I saw it with my naked eye. I have an old telescope. I'm tempted to like bring it out and take a look at it through the telescope. But it's been cold and I'm not very good with the telescope, so it takes me a while to set it up. And the window of opportunity to see it is short because basically it's like right after sunset till like an hour, I think, or something like that. An hour, 2 hours max. And then I'm feeding him, so I lose a big chunk of time. I might be late to dinner one of these nights, just so I can try it sometime. But I don't know. Yeah, I actually watched some YouTube videos of the Great Conjunction. So yes, a bunch of observatories did live streaming, and then of course, yeah, they're archived, so you can watch through the conjunction again, rerun, and yeah, those some of those shots are impressive. You can actually see the colorations and bands of like Jupiter and Saturn, some of those observatory telescopes. That's really impressive. I think in theory you could do that too with like a home telescope if you're like have a good one and live in a really good area that has a really clear sky. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I live in basically a city, so I get all the light pollution. Actually, there's a video I really liked. It was like it came out like 4 years ago or something like that. It's I think the guy's handle is Jeff HK. I think HK is for Hong Kong, and he basically works on a freighter vessel, and he bought a camera and mounted it to someplace on the ship, and basically he did a time lapse of his entire voyage from I forgot where he started. I think he started. I want to say in the Mediterranean Sea, but I'm not sure. Um, Suez Canal, maybe, I don't know. But it basically makes it all the way to I think Hong Kong, and so they have a couple stops, one of which is in Singapore, and but basically he's doing this time elapse of the whole voyage, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, the whole thing. So when he's in the traveling through the ocean, you can see the sky, and it's so clear that you can see the Milky Way. You can see like all of it, and then it's just impressive as the ship moves through the waters, and the night moves. You can see how the sky shifts through uh, through the night, and then you get the clouds, and then they get the day cycle and the night cycle, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Um, so anyway, I guess Scruffy's done for the night, and I guess I'm pretty happy with this session. So it's forward progress, I think. So I guess we'll keep doing this. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye. It's probably been about 3 minutes, and then Scruffy came back. So I had already changed his water, and I just put the kibble in the back of the carrier.
So I guess I'm gonna film here and see if he finds the kibble. Um, it's coming to the door, not to the carrier. So I might be confusing him. No, I think he's. So I thought he was going to leave. So I don't know why he sits there. So my presence here may be throwing him off. He might think I'm going to come out and feed him again. So he did find the food in the carrier. So yeah, the cup, the plastic cup that I left him last night was empty. So he knows to look in there. So he'll find it at some point. I'm not sure when. So what's he doing? So I might be throwing him off. Yeah, he might be hoping I'm going to feed him again. Did I think that's weird. Seems like if seems like he should do his patrol first, and then come back here, hoping I'll feed him again. Because yeah, it's kind of weird that I just fed you 5 minutes ago, and you want and you're expecting food again. And it's also weird that he leaves first. So I always thought it was weird that he leaves and then he just comes right back. So I don't know where he goes. You gonna check the carrier? Well, I think I'm not going to stay here all evening. And I think, yeah, like I said, I might be throwing him off. So the fact that I'm sitting here may be encouraging him to sit there unnecessarily. And that's a little mean. So I don't think I'm going to do that. So I think I'm going to end it here. And if I catch him going into the carrier, I think I'll resume filming. But otherwise, yeah, I think that'll be it for tonight. And we'll resume tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye. So I got up, took his bowl to the sink, washed my hands, and the moment I came back, yeah, he was already head stuck into the carrier, looking probably at the food. So I put it in the back, so he's going all the way. Yeah, there he goes. Zoom in. So unfortunately, I have to film through the screen door. So yeah, it's the clear part of the glass door is too far over, so you can't see from this angle. You can't see it from that angle. Not that there's much to see. Basically, you see his tail sticking out. But he went in the carrier, so I have proof that he went in the carrier and he's touched the mattress topper. And unfortunately, yeah, I'm guessing he's still not found it appealing enough to camp there. And I do think it's very weird that he camps on the table on that in that box on that moving blanket. I still don't understand that. That seems, except for the fact that it's high up, it seems kind of exposed, particularly to like the wind stuff. When it's sunny, I can understand it. So he's getting a beam of ray, a sunbeam at certain times of the day there. So I can see that. But when he's waiting for food,
I think that the carrier would be actually a much nicer place, or the the thermal blanket, which is right next to him. He seems to hate that. So I guess he's done. Ate the food already, and he's probably off. So he got a good snack. So he got a full meal plus an additional snack in the carrier. So he shouldn't be complaining. Okay, folks, I guess that's it. I'll see you next time. Thanks.